right. Perfect. Just trying to see all the comments. There we go. We'll see if that works. All right. Hello. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Oh my goodness, it was so lovely. Let's see if that works. Friday and Saturday, I have to admit, I did very, very little. I had a nap. I stayed in my pajamas. Yeah, it was great. It was really nice. Hey, Marianne. I love this paper too. I know. I'm so sad to see it go. So, thank you so much for joining me and welcome. I'm Shannon and this is Paper Delights, and I come on every Monday to Friday at 7 to motivate you and inspire you and stir the imagination and to have some fun and create some cards. So, welcome. We are going to make some pretty cards with the Forever Fern. The stamp set and the paper, sadly, are retiring, but it is, I think it is a must-have in your crafting room, because all of these leaves and things like that you can use with other flower stamp sets, which I'm going to show you at another time. But these all can be used for other things other than just what we're going to be doing today. It's so, so versatile. So our first card is this one here. So I had a lot of stamped, trying to reach everything here. So the dies that are part of the set are gorgeous, and they will do beautiful greenery in a couple of different styles. So you've got the full fern, you've got this almost like partial of a wreath or a bough. It has this one here that does like a different kind of leaf. It has this one here. It's got a ton in the dies. And what I usually do is I do a whole bunch in a couple of different colors and greens and so on and so forth. And then I put them in here. But what I also did was I stamped a whole bunch of the leaves. And then there's dies that you can use to cut them out, or you can fussy cut them out, whichever you prefer. So I wanted to use up some of these. So that's what we're going to do today. So for this card, what I did was I took a regular piece of white. Sorry, let's just show you. So it was a full-size white card, like that, folded in half. And then I went to my cutter and I went down about 3 1/4, and then I turned it and I went down to the edge. And that's how I got this piece. So we've got a lovely piece to go on the back. I just love this fern. And so I was trying to think of the card that I could use to sort of really show it off the most. And then we've got this piece for there. This is a piece slightly bigger of some green that I had left over, and that's going to go in the front. And then we're going to have all our pretty leaves. So let's start putting that together. There's some paper that you have that is just so pretty that often I want to choose a card style that's really going to showcase the really pretty paper. Like, you don't want to cover it all up. And I love plants, as you perhaps have seen in one of the other videos. Paper and plants are the two P's. Those seem to be my passion. Haha. Papers and plants. So we've got that down and that down. And then this ribbon here is that beautiful, it's a reversible ribbon. It's gorgeous. I absolutely adore it. So it's all old olive on one side with this really pretty shimmer. And then on the other side, it's this pretty peacock. And while it's not as shimmery, it's still really shimmery. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. So, so pretty. So I'm not sure. I don't think this one's retiring, but I better double check because it is such a pretty ribbon. So we've got our piece here. I'm just going to glue this one. Put that one down. Oh, the stamp set is stained. Oh, good. Okay. I thought the stamp set might be leaving too, but the paper is so pretty. All right. So then I'm just taking the pieces that I had stamped and cut out, and I'm just going to sort of build it up. Now, we almost had a crisis this evening. I was out of glue dots, and I even messaged Marianne saying, do you have any glue dots? Because that's how we roll. If you join our team, we are super supportive of each other, and we have each other's backs and glue dots. And so if ever you're considering becoming a demonstrator, we are a great team. We have Zoom meetings where we get together and do cards and see new products. I'm just putting down my cards here. We lend each other. I think I might have changed my mind on that one because it's a bit big. Probably should have put it on the back. We lend each other stamp sets if we want to borrow stamp sets. It's a great, great team. So if ever you were considering becoming a demo, consider our team. We have lots of fun. And you don't have to do this. I do this because I enjoy doing it, but you certainly don't have to do this. So, and then there's my bow for my plant. And then at the bottom here, we're going to stamp a little hello. So with this one here, same design, just different paper. Added a little bit of the gold accent, and I put a gold ribbon around instead of the green. So slightly different look to it, but same design. Isn't that amazing? That's what I love about cards and paper and all that stuff. You can have the same design, but you know, just add a few little differences to it and you get an entirely different look. It's so amazing. So I'm going to leave this one blank, but you could certainly add whatever sentiment you would like. And I'm going to pop it up, but to keep in mind that I only am going to pop up half of it because the top half is there, right? So I'm going to flip it this way and just put dimensionals down here like that. So if you have some paper that you really like and you want to really show it off, this is a great design for that. And so I'm going to center this on the card. And then this little piece of white is for the inside. I got two different glues going on here. All right. So we're going to put that on the inside like that. So again, similar, same design style, just slightly different paper, slightly different ribbon. Not pretty? All right. Next card. It's a really simple fold. I really like it a lot. Next card is the card that you always remind me of, Marianne, is this card here. Again, if you want to show off the paper, So you take your piece of paper, fold it in half, and then you can cut 1 inch or 2 inches, whatever thickness that you want. So that when you attach, and you can attach the paper on the inside or put it on the outside, whichever you prefer, right? And then that way when you open it, you see the paper. And Marianne, you do this style quite a bit. And you always remind me of it. So for this one, though, I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle. So I thought I would put the ribbon along this edge here. And I'm going to do it before I put the paper, because when I put the paper down, it's going to help to hold the ribbon down, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to put some adhesive here. And I'm going to put a bit of adhesive there as well. And I'm going to find my green side. Such a pretty ribbon. Oh, I love it so much. It's so sparkly. All right. So there's my ribbon, and then I'm going to wrap it around, and it's going to get caught on the adhesive that I have on the other side, just like that. And then I'm going to take my adhesive and go down the edge here and line it all up. So I did this paper just slightly smaller than the card. I guess slightly shorter. It's still the same length, it's just slightly shorter. There, like that. So now when you flip it over, it sort of hides the ribbon on the back. Now I did put a little bit of adhesive to help hold the ribbon down. If you needed to, you could always add some glue dots or what have you. So there we go. And then for our sentiments, I pulled out another one that I believe is retiring. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Marianne. Is the So Sentimental. I used this one. I've had this one a long, long time. Well, since it came out, and I've loved it. I've used it for a lot of different things. And it's got some lovely sentiments to it. Wishing you much happiness. Your friendship is a blessing. Can't thank you enough. Sending healing hugs. Calls for confettis. It has quite a few sentiments for it. So we're going to use the dies that coordinate with the sentiments is also a great die set. If you don't have it, it's one of my staples in my, I have it right here, is the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So you get the squares, and then you get these 5 here, and they all coordinate with the sentiments. So for example, this bigger one here works with the wishing you much happiness. Can't thank you enough works really well with that one. The Yummalicious works really well with that one. So great set, and the dies are fabulous. I use them all a lot. Probably just about every card has one element from this die set. So it's a good starter set, and then you get also some really nice sentiments as well. So we're going to use the Can't Thank You Enough on that one there. And I'm going to stamp it in black. Now I have to re-ink my, this is big. I'm at a point now. Let's see. We've been doing Facebook Lives now for a long time, and I'm almost to the point where I have to re-ink my black. So think about that. Like, how many nights have I come on with you guys, and how many cards have I done? And I'm just now considering re-inking my ink pad, right? Just because it's not quite a full coverage anymore. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so this is gonna go here, and then I pulled some of the pieces that we had, the gold, and this is soft seafoam, I think. And I just thought I would tuck a few in behind. So we're going to cut this one up because it's always nice to have pieces that you can sort of tuck in. Now some of them are attached, so you might just have to trim them a little bit. But that is easy enough. So I'm just sort of taking them apart, just trying to think. And then just sort of placing them around. Where do I want them to go? Putting my soft sea foam in behind. Might have to grab another one. All right. So let's see, we've got a couple of these and a couple of these. Like I said, I was just trying to use up some of my pieces. All right. So I know that I want this one at the front and then this one in behind. Sometimes you can use glue dots, but I'm just sort of putting some adhesive on my sentiment and then placing my pieces down like that. And this one I'm going to snip in half. So I can place it on as well. And now I am going to need some glue dots. And basically you're just going to go around and build it up and build it up to what you like. You can add as much or as little as you'd like. I'm just sticking with these two, the gold and the soft sea foam, but you could use some vellum. You could pull in some of the darker greens if you wanted to. Again, you know, there's lots of different looks that you can do with it as well. Oops. So I'm just sort of capturing some of it. Again, I put some adhesive in the back. I'm just sort of layering it up. And then adding my little pieces around as we go. I think I might have to add a little bit more adhesive though. And then when you're happy with how it looks, you can either pop it up or you can lay it flat. I think I'm going to pop it up and use some of the sections of the dimensionals to sort of help hold it down as well. Normally I wouldn't use this many dimensionals on here, but it'll help hold everything in place as well. So, all right. So there we go. So again, making sure, oh, I probably should have checked a couple times, and luckily my edges are pretty good. I don't have to worry, or we could turn it this way if I was really worried, but I think I am pretty good. I am not too far off my my edges that I can't adjust. There we go. So there's our second card, the pretty, and then I'll just put a nice liner inside to write on. All right, our last card for this evening is this one here. So again, it's using the pretty designer series paper, and again, I wanted to show you how versatile and how different you can make it look just by changing your card base. So this is a white card base, this is a garden green, same designer series paper. But just with these subtle differences, it can change the look that you're wanting to create. So this sentiment here is from where is it from? Oh, from the Forever Greenery set. To a friend that makes me smile, which is really pretty. Thought it was nice. And this one I stamped in the garden green. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to pull it towards me so I can see, sorry. I like stamping on circles because if I'm a little off, I can always turn it. I have not had much luck with my stamping lately. All right. So then this one here, I used some gold and two different kinds of the greenery. This one I'm going to use two different kinds of greenery and a bit of vellum, just to add a bit of layering to it. Might actually get another piece of vellum as well. And just like last time, I'm going to put some adhesive behind it because I already kind of have an idea of how I want it to look. So I'm going to place this on like this. Place that on like that, and that on like that. And I'm going to bring that down a little bit. And then I'm just going to press it on so that it catches them in behind. I know it's kind of a cheater thing, but hey, I think it works beautifully. And then I'm going to pop it up with some dimensions. You can do it the other way too, where you lay it down, and then I've done that too. You've seen in some other videos where I've pulled it up and put a glue dot and glued it on. But when you only have a couple of big pieces like this, you can kind of lay it out the way you want and then place it on. Now, if you had some gold twine, you could add some pretty gold twine. I thought about that green ribbon as well, but I think it might be a bit too big. But I did want to add a few gold dots. And there you go. So again, same card design, but we used a white card base and a little bit of gold. And with this one, we used the garden green card base. And the vellum. So some subtle differences, but it's amazing how, again, same card design can really change up the look and feel of a card, right? And everyone's going to have what they like best. So again, more sort of golds involved. These ones were more of the simpler. All right, so there you go. Those are our cards for this evening. Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. With the beautiful Forever Fern paper that is retiring. The stamp set is still available, but the paper is retiring, and it's such pretty paper. So if it's something you like, better grab it quick. So thank you so very much. Please, 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 please stay safe. I will not be here tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see about this week. I have my infusion tomorrow, which is a treatment that I undergo as I'm a cancer thriver, but I still have to have treatment every 6 months. And I might come on because it'll give me something to focus on and something to do, but I'm not committing to it. I'm sort of going to see how I go. So stay tuned to the Facebook page, whether or not there'll be any lives this week. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.